ask the questions.
I ask the questions.
Yep.
I would say that the diversity at Farrer has increased, especially since my time as a student. However, I'd say that there is representative of Australia and or maybe Tamworth. Farrer has a long way to go in terms of being representative of our local community and wider Australia.
Unfortunately, I think the culture around the word gay at Farrer is pretty poor. While I think it's used frequently, and while I think often it's not malicious, it still is kind of used with negative connotations around things like unfair or disappointing or bad. And words have meaning, words have power, and it's really important. I guess one of the things we see constantly is students using it, as I said, to kind of, with some of those negative inferences rather than as a positive thing. And if we're to see really positive gains to be made around our acceptance, inclusivity and diversity here at Farrer, I think we need to change the culture around and remove that kind of negative use of gay from our terminology and lingo, for sure.
The culture around the word gay at Farrer is it's used all the time. It's used in a derogatory or bad sense. When something negative happens, usually people will describe that as gay, and they don't even realise they're saying it anymore, I don't think. So when you pull someone up on that word, the use of that word, they don't even realise they've said it, or they don't care about the negative connotations that that word brings. So for students who are LGBTQIA+, having that word synonymous with something negative denigrates their existence. Essentially, they don't feel accepted or it's okay to be who they are because people believe gay is that association with something that is negative. So I think it's really hurtful and alienating for people of those diverse backgrounds when people are using that word the way they have been for as long as I've been here. And I think that's something that definitely needs to change at Farrer, and us being more mindful of the way we use language.
The diversity at Farrer is very different, especially from a lot of schools, considering we're an all-boys school. I know for a fact a lot of blokes who don't identify with, they don't identify as a straight sexuality. I know a lot of them don't feel comfortable, especially at our school. So in terms of that, I don't think the diversity is very broad when it comes to Farrer, but it is ever changing, ever evolving, because as we've seen over the years, certain people have come out with different sexualities that I didn't even know existed until they mentioned it. But I do think, at the moment, I don't think it is as diverse as it could be, but it could definitely change as the years come, which I'm hoping it does.
Look, I think there's a lot of ways to go with not even just the acceptance of gay people, but the acceptance of everyone. I think what's happening now is people are confusing pride for promotion. I believe that people are confusing pride and people in the LGBTQIA+ community as that is their entire personality, but no. Someone is a person, they like certain things, they do certain things, they study different things, they have interest in certain things, but they just happen to be gay, or whatever sexual proclivity you might have. And I think the way we need to move forward is to accept people for who they are as people, and not for the label that we slap on them. So I think that is how Farrer should move forward in terms of accepting people in the LGBTQIA+ community.